Previously on 5 مع رمضان.
Inshallah, we'll try to answer a very important and common question for anyone thinking to learn Arabic. What are the Arabic dialects? That you know them because they are very important. Right, the name of the official language, the standard language in Arabic, first major dialect is called Khaliji, which is from the word Al-Khalij. Al-Khalij means Right, now let's go to the most important question. How do I start? Which dialect should I learn? To answer this question, I really advise you to have 4 major points in your head. Those will be kind of your pillars that you will build your answer on them. Number 1, you have to know why you're learning Arabic. Because of course the reason and the motive for someone is learning Arabic because they're gonna move to live in Egypt is different than someone is learning Arabic because they are Muslims and they want to read Quran. Is different than someone wants to work as a journalist in Arabic. You know what I mean? Again, it's still all the same language, but your method, your approach will be completely different to reach your goal. So simply any motive is good, but you have to know your motive and you have to work on it. And as a side advice, don't ever stop until you reach it. The second important note I want you to make your aim is fluency, not a dialect. Because of course, if you are fluent in a language, you'll understand majority of the dialects. So ask anyone, even think about it in your own language. If you want to choose, which one do you prefer? Someone who's fluent, but let's say his accent is not the best. Or someone his accent is amazing in a certain dialect, but their knowledge of the language is very weak. They cannot even express themselves. For example, me, I would prefer someone that I can have a conversation with, even if their accent is still not the best, better than someone knows very detailed slang words in a certain dialect, and that's it. So of course, I'd prefer the fluent person. And think about it from this example. Let's say if I'm fluent in English and I go to Australia and someone tells me mate, and then I go to England and they tell me love, and then I go to the US and they tell me dude, I will understand all of them. Why? Because I speak English, you know what I mean? So same story, if my Arabic skills are strong, whenever I go anywhere, I wouldn't say 100% of course, every dialect has their own corners, but majority of the words that the people will tell me, I will know what they are talking about, you know what I mean? And the third important point is whatever dialect you're choosing, you have to always align it with Fusha. Or even vice versa. Even if you're studying only Fusha, you have also to align it with slang. Why? Because as I explained to you in details, that Fusha, yes, we use it, but in the street, in the daily life, no one speaks this language. So I have also to know how to speak slang. And vice versa. If I speak only slang, still I need Fusha, because as I said, when I'm in the street, all the signs will be in Fusha. When I'm in a restaurant, the menu will be in Fusha usually. When I go to the bookstore, 90% of the books will be in Fusha. Very, very rare to find a book, for example, in just slang, in any dialect, by the way. You know, even the overall idea, if I go, let's say, to the bookstore and I find a book in slang, might actually be like, what kind of author of this? Seriously, he doesn't know Arabic, he doesn't know Fusha? You know what I mean? So Arabic, is Fusha. The slang is kind of the simplified way of talking, that's it. So that's the thing, you have always to balance it between Fusha and any other dialect you're learning. And even my advice to also balance it, or at least to familiarize yourself with the other dialects, at least to get an idea. So for example, this is what I always say to my students. I tell them, of course, you can learn a certain dialect, balance with Fusha, as I said, and also from time to time I give them a little insights about other dialects, because always I tell them my goal is to understand everyone, not to be trapped in one island or one corner, if you know what I mean. And the fourth and the final point to consider, that I always tell my people, Arabic is not difficult, it's different, which is true. It's a different family of languages, it's Semitic language from right to left. But when the train departs, when you go into it, when you jump in the sea, you'll find it is going, khalas, I get the logic, you know. However, also, I'm not gonna lie to you, you still need to exert some effort. You need to take a decision, you need to respect your decision, to respect this time that you're learning a new skill. So as you see, it's all psychological game. It's all about your approach, how to set up your learning environment. That's why always in this channel, you'll find a lot of varieties. You'll find long lessons, short lessons, word of the day, also some videos to learn through movies, through media, through songs. So the conclusion is, take a decision, respect it, have irada. So you need to exert some effort because the machine that this kid is having, I still don't have it yet. You see, if you know how it works with him, please let me know. And that was it for today. Sorry it was a little bit long, I know. I just wanted to gather every information that you might need from where to start, or a general idea about the Arabic dialects, how they are called in Arabic. I hope it was informative to you today. You learned something new. And if you have any question, if you need any advice, you're more than welcome to reach me on any of the social media channels. Until next time, stay awesome and always remember, irada is the key. Salam.